they pushed us super hard to take down things that were honestly true, right? I mean, they basically pushed us and said, anything that says that vaccines might have side effects, you basically need to take down. And basically, these people from the Biden administration would call up our team and scream at them and curse, and it's like these documents it's all kind of out there.
Did you record any of those phone calls?
No, I don't think we.
I want to listen.
I mean, there are emails. the emails are published. It's all kind of out there, and basically, it just got to this point where we were like, no, we're not gonna take down things that are true. That's ridiculous. They wanted us to take down this meme of Leonardo DiCaprio looking at a TV talking about how 10 years from now or something, you're gonna see an ad that says, okay, if you took a COVID vaccine, you're eligible for this kind of payment, this sort of class action lawsuit type meme. And they're like, no, you have to take that down. And we just said, no, we're not going to take down humor and satire. We're not going to take down things that are true. And then at some point, I guess, I don't know, it flipped a bit. I mean, Biden, when he gave some statement at some point, I don't know if it was a press conference or to some journalists, where he basically was like, these guys are killing people. It was brutal.
But there's clearly, you're moderating at scale that's beyond the imagination. The number of human beings you're moderating is fucking insane. What's a Facebook? How many people use it on a daily basis? Forget about how many overall. How many people use it regularly?
It's 3.2 billion people use one of our services every day.
That's...
Yeah, it's wild.
More than a third of the planet. That's so crazy. Yeah, and it's almost half of Earth. I want to say that, though. There's a lot of hypercritical people that are conspiracy theorists and think that everybody's a part of some cabal to control them. I want you to understand that whether it's YouTube, whatever place that you think is doing something that's awful, it's good that you speak, but moderating at scale is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
What we were talking the other day about the number of videos that go up every hour on YouTube, and it's bananas. It's bananas. Understand the kind of numbers that we're talking about here. To try to get a human being that is reasonable, logical, and objective, that's going to analyze every video, it's virtually impossible. It's not possible. So you got to use a bunch of tools. You're going to get a bunch of things wrong, and you have also people reporting things. And how much is that going to affect things? You could have mass reporting because you have bad actors. You have some corporation that decides we're going to attack this video because it's bad for us, get it taken down. Now understand you have the pandemic, and then you have the administration that's doing something where I think they crossed the line. It scared the shit out of a lot of people because they realized 1984 is like an instruction manual. It shows you how things can go that way with wrong speak and with bizarre distortion of facts. And you can't censor that if it's real legitimate information because it's not ideologically convenient for you. I think the issue that we're dealing with is there's never been a thing like this that the government didn't control. So it makes sense from their perspective, continuing the patterns of behavior that they've always exhibited, which is to have control over the media. I mean, there has been CIA operatives that have been in major newspapers forever. There's always been that. There's always been this sort of input that the government had in mainstream media narratives. They are in a position now where they're losing that. They've essentially lost it. And especially with the push during COVID deteriorated, as you were saying before, the opinion and the respect that people have for the facts that are coming from mainstream journalism in a way that I've never seen before in my life, where an enormous percentage of the population does not trust mainstream media anymore. So what do they trust? They trust social media. Well, who's running that? Well, there are a bunch of people who figured it out and invented it. Well, no, fuck that. We got to crack down on that. We've got to get our hands on this, which is what we saw during COVID, which we saw during the Biden administration's attempt to remove the Hunter Biden laptop story from Twitter and from all these different things that we saw happen, the way they contacted you guys, what they're trying to do with getting you to remove real information about vaccine side effects. This is this new attempt to crack down on this new thing, which is a distribution outlet that's far more successful than anything they've ever controlled before. And they have no control of it. They had CBS, they had NBC. Yeah. When they had the New York Times and all these Washington Post, when they were in control of narratives in that way, it was so much easier. There wasn't some sort of pirate radio voice that came on and said, hey guys, here's the latest studies that shows this is not true. Here's why they're lying about that. Here's why they're lying about this. And now that's what you get all day long on X. It's all day long. It's dissolving illusions. And that's a completely new thing that probably led to Trump getting elected.